Howdy, folks, and welcome back for another edition of the ONETA Show, brought to you by PTE Creative. Now, today, riding solo, as I am your host, as always, Evan Davies. Today, we're doing a little fun holiday episode, and we're saying what we're thankful for. Now, before you tune away, what we're going to be talking about is mostly all pop culture references, plus, towards the end of the show, we're going to do some game picks for this week's NFL Week to be 13, I guess, which is great. And that's a little bit of a tie-in for the Far Out Football podcast, as we have Thanksgiving games to cover. But I really want to just do something nice, get back in the chair after a long delay, talk about things that we all enjoy, at least those that listen to the show. So, I have prepared roughly 4 or 5 things that I'm very thankful for this year, mostly to do with pop culture. And we're going to go from there. So, number one thing I am thankful for: the cinema this year. Now, I was, even a couple weeks ago, just thinking, really haven't seen that many great things this year. Yeah. But I've been tracking down more and more 2024 films. As for a spoiler for the Wisco Movie Watchers podcast, at the end of the year, Dylan and I will be doing a 2024 review. What was your favorite movie for 2024? All are good things. And a lot of other categories that we're really excited about. But at first I was like, I don't even think I've watched that many movies from 2024 to say that, oh, yeah, like, I can say confidently, like, this was my favorite. And then I went through and just recently, the last couple of weeks, I've been trying to really track down a lot of those 2024 movies that I would think about going to the movie theater for, and due to life circumstances or the false sense of responsibility of not buying a movie ticket, buying other things, that's more responsible. Which, if you actually break down the cost, it's not. But I'm really thankful for the cinema. This year alone, I found some movies that I really did not think I was going to be enamored with as much as I fell in love with Lisa Frankenstein, as a lot of people would know on the Wisco Movie Watchers podcast. Fell in love with Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. Twisters was also a really good movie. Not something I thought I'd really be into, but I was actually quite surprised when I watched that one as well. So that was a lot of fun. And hell, I even had a lot of fun just going to Gladiator 2. And that was a movie I had so little expectations for. I was ready to hate that movie. Instead, I came out going, it was pretty damn good. Deadpool and Wolverine also was always a great success there as well. We've had a lot of fun in those realms. Getting away from more bogged down franchises, I think, is a breath of fresh air. I've also avoided a lot of additional Marvel content or additional Star Wars content, just because while I was starting it, I was kind of like, it's not really tripping my trigger. So just take the breath of fresh air and go away from it. So I'm actually thankful because we've got a lot of movies that were just fun this year. So I want to say, number one, thankful to the cinema this year. It was just fun being in the movie theater a couple times this year, getting to really enjoy a movie. Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh, I didn't even mention Beetlejuice. Also, really, really fun time with that as well. So, just enjoying our time in the cinema. So, a lot of fun there. So, that's thankful. First thing I'm thankful for this year. Second thing, we cover it almost every month on the show, but gotta say, I'm really thankful to be back into pro wrestling as much as I am. So, I have 2 things to be really thankful for on that front. Ironically enough. There's one, there'd be an additional third, but it's kind of tied to a second one. Wrestle Talk and Parts Fun Known. That YouTube channel has inundated my life with fun, and I really appreciate everyone over there that's doing such a great job. Ollie Davis and Luke Owens, Tempest, Pete Quinnell, even though he's just leaving. You guys have really brought a lot. Dan Layton. You guys have really brought a lot of joy to my life, and I would love to shout out everybody over there. Yeah, and Editor Adam, I love you, so just in case you get too much shit, I love you, buddy. I've really enjoyed my time getting back into wrestling, and they are part of the reason I'm so far back in. But the second reason is the WWE product is really, really hot. I've been very critical about other wrestling promotions. New Japan's on its ass. AEW just does not hold my interest whatsoever because I really am not into their product. But the WWE, a highlight for me that I'll talk about later was going to WrestleMania, and part of that was check the box. I finally get to, bucket list item. I get to go to WrestleMania, but instead, of just saying, oh, I got to go to WrestleMania and it was fun. I got to see some of the best product that the WWE's put out. And from Royal Rumble all the way to this Sunday, Survivor Series, where we can acknowledge our original tribal chief. I'll acknowledge Roman Reigns right now. You're going to see CM Punk in War Games. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun, but the rest of the product is also hot. You're seeing the women's division get some extra championships now. You're getting to see the U.S. title and the Intercontinental Championship really treated as respectful prizes to win, which I really adore. And as much as the tag team scene is not perfect, at least there's some reinvigorated energy in it, and they're trying to do some tag team things as well, which I really appreciate. So the WWE product is also great. It does help, especially because of Wrestle Talk and Parts of Unknown. I picked up WWE 2K24, and I've had a blast the last couple months just playing that as well. So I'm thankful to professional wrestling, Wrestle Talk, and the WWE, everything else in between. I've been going now and tracking old matches that I forgot that I loved, tracking down old things I never saw before. Some of the AJ Styles, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe style matches from TNA, a couple little New Japan matches, some stuff from Rev Pro or some British independent wrestling featuring Michael Oku. Things that I've never seen before and knew they were always heralded. Let me actually give my opinion on this. Let me see how well this is going. Let me see how much I love it. So, thankful to be back into pro wrestling on that. It's a whole heck of a lot of fun. Third thing, you see this content pretty much weekly on the channel. Pokemon card sets. Frankly, 2023, not the greatest year for Pokemon card sets for me. Wasn't wowed. 2024, on the other hand, was great. Really enjoy Surging Sparks. Temporal Forces came out, which I really enjoyed. Twilight Masquerade, I think, is a masterpiece collection. Stellar Crown, really good. And I think the sets that I didn't mention are still better than a lot of the rest. The Pokemon card sets have really been coming up, and the collecting hobby of going to card shows and really going back into older things has been really enjoyable, and it's brought me closer to some of my best friends. It's a whole heck of a lot of fun, and I've gotten to share it with, wife and other people, so it's just enjoyable time. So, to Pokemon card sets, I am thankful to you. The artwork is getting up, the set qualities are going up. It's a whole heck of a lot of fun. Chef's kiss. And I should say, I got to teach a lot of how to play Pokemon, the TCG game, to my kids in my after school program a couple months back. And that was just also a great way to really enjoy the card sets and bring that passion that I have to someone else. So that was a whole heck of a lot of fun. So that was 3. 4. Of all things, thankful to Book Talk. I'm not a TikTok watcher. I'm not even a regular participant in Book Talk. However, I'm inundated with Book Talk because of my time. My wife's wind down time is TikTok, a lot of which is Book Talk. And the more and more they're talking about books, it's put this really healthy pressure on me to read. And it's something for the last 5-6 years I've really enjoyed reading. I just don't do it often because, frankly, I'm not a fast reader, and it always just feels I'm so slow that even when I'm reading good things that I'm enjoying, it can feel like a chore, or I can go away from them because, well, that's too much time away from the creative aspect that I'm doing here on the channel, such as this podcast or others, or the drawings for and the artwork for the Pokemon Bliss Oblivion Project. So that was something that I don't know, but especially over my vacation in Alaska and getting into Book Talk, my wife a little bit and hearing, all these books. I was like, you know what? I don't have to read those books, but I have to read something not only to enrich myself and accomplish some goals that I really want to accomplish, but also become a better writer in the process. I want to write a lot more. I'm writing a lot more now. You guys just haven't seen all of it yet. But getting into Book Talk with my wife a little bit has helped me go, you know what? I really got to finish Lord of the Rings, or I really want to read The Witcher, or I really want to just sit down and have a routine at night where I can have an awesome book about how to survive off grid. Just if I can read a small chapter, it's very broken up, really fun book. If I can just read a chapter of that a night, it's only like 8 pages with graphs and all these little small paragraphs. I'm good with that. But the joy of reading has also helped my sleep habits, but in general, it's just helped me become and I'm enjoying myself, and it's a goal every night to do. I'm thankful to Book Talk of all things, because even though I'm not a participant, it's rubbed off on me to where I feel the need to read. and I'm enjoying it. So thank you to Book Talk. Five, I've just had the life experiences beyond belief this year that I can't begin to describe. I've gotten to get into the streaming world with you guys. I've gotten to foster my own creativity so many different ways. But just in general, things I got to enjoy in life. I got to see so many friends and so many people across the country. This year entirely, I've been Northeast, Midwest, Southwest, Pacific Northwest, Alaska. I went to Canada. Just a whole heck of a lot of fun this year. So many wonderful, wonderful opportunities. Got to go to WrestleMania. Got to see a couple different concerts and things that I would never be open to. I was open to. Moved to a completely different city that I've never lived in before. And now I don't know if I'm ever going to leave because I love it that much. And my wife and I just enjoy it that much. Life experiences are so critical because even when stretch your dollar. I know how many people are going to say you save your money and all that. The economy sucks and it's so hard for people. I get it. And I'm in a fortunate position, especially compared to a lot. So don't ever want to lose sight of that. But if you have the opportunity, if there's a will and a way that you get the time you need to go explore something, go do something you've never done but you've always wanted to do, go do it. Because the one thing you can never get back is time. You can always make more money. There's a billion different ways to make money in this world. And you may never hit it big. You may never become the millionaire that you dreamed of being. You may never be Bruce Wayne rich. That's okay. But you never get the time of your life back that you have right now. And I can say confidently, my wife and I are not wasting our time. Going out and we're doing things that we really love and enjoy. Sharing these moments together. I cannot tell you the pride I felt finally getting to Alaska. That was a dream I've had since I was a child. I finally got to go and really enjoy it and fell in love being. And it just also reinvigorated my love of fantasy because I really got to feel like, oh God, I'm in the middle of nowhere. And I feel like I'm on an adventure, like I'm part of the Fellowship of the Ring. And this is such an amazing, amazing, super thankful these life experiences I've gotten this year. And I encourage anyone, if you have any way of affording it, don't screw yourself over, but if you can do something, hell, even if it's just a weekend road trip with your buddies, you pack into an Airbnb or a hotel, and you just go to a park you've always thought about going to, or go to a different state, go to a concert you've never been to, you always want to go to. If you can find a way to do it, go do it. Never get your time back. But you can always make more money. Life experiences will take you places you never thought you'd go. And it'll bring you a lot of joy that you really need, especially in today's world. Go do that. So I'm thankful all these life experiences I've had. That really comes down to one person. Although I've gotten to reconnect with so many family members and so many friends moving back to the Midwest and really enjoying so much of my time since moving back to the Midwest. Even though I was enjoying my last 6, 7 months in Philadelphia as well, I'll say the one person more responsible than anything that I am actually super thankful for. She is not only Rock and the person that I am so thankful. When I rest my head to go to bed, my wife's right next to me, and it's the greatest thing in the world. But she is incredibly caring and kind, yet funny and sarcastic, and keeps me on my toes. And does she drive me crazy from time to time? Of course she does. Just like so many great relationships. But if it was not for her, I would not have the opportunity to do so many things, have those life experiences, go out and try new things, see the people I want to see, love the things I want to love. More importantly than anything, get to do this and feel like I have the time to do it because I have a supportive partner that agrees that I should enjoy my life. I'm more than ever thankful to have her in my life. She is such a hardworking, dedicated, caring woman that the world truly doesn't deserve her. She's wonderful. So I'm thankful to her. That is what I am thankful for this year. I hope you guys found something to be thankful for this year. If you didn't, I mean this in all sincerity. I hope you find it. Really do. I've been in places in my past where you look back and you're like really stretching to think of something I really loved and appreciated this year during this time of my life. I've been in those really dark places. Mental health is no joke. You got to take care of it. Just like I am going through my process of doing it every single day, you guys got to do it too. But if you don't have that, I hope you truly find. And if you need just someone to talk to, even if it's a comment section of like, hey, really appreciated how you talked about Wrestle Talk. I watched them too. Or, hey, I saw that you were redesigning some maps for Mario Party. Coming soon. You know, oh, I love the new Mario Party Jamboree. I just wanted someone to give me opinion on it. If you need that, more than happy to comment with you in the comment section because that'd be great. If that gives you something to be thankful for this year, I'd be happy to do. If you find something to be thankful for, because it's a really dark place when you're not. I understand that, but to each and every one of you, I thank you as well because it's been a great experience here on YouTube, Spotify, socials. To just connect and have a lot of fun this year and just spread bullshit and have a lot of fun, which is why this week I'm doing a lot of bonus content. You're getting bonus Pokemon Bliss and Oblivion, and you're getting a bonus episode, a really big one that we've never done before and released, where I've rewritten Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, and that comes out on Thanksgiving, so it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. But so thankful to you guys as well. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun in the next year, in the next month, in the next week. But let's get to our second segment of the show. We're going to do some quick game picks as a little tie-in to the Far Out Football podcast as we can cover this week's game. So we have Chicago Bears. They're going to Detroit, and Detroit is favored by 10.5. I will be taking Detroit on that one. I have yet to go back and look what my record was. It was not as stellar as it has been because we had a couple upsets that I was not foreseeing. But I'm pretty confident in this week, and I still know I have a very, very good seasonal record. So I have no problem saying I think Detroit's going to take this easily. I picked Chicago for the upset. They almost pull it off. I'm hoping that's not a last gasp for them because as much as they're an in-division rival, and I was just I was just in Lambeau enjoying my time on Sunday while I beat the 49ers, and I'm thankful to my 49er friend who still had a great time at the game even though his team did not pull it out. Um, yeah, shout out to Minraj Dacey who's been on the Afaro football. But the thing about it is Detroit is just so dominant in the run game, and that's where Chicago can really falter because then they'll over envelop the run game. You saw that in the Green Bay game, but then it gives these shots over the top in the intermediate into deep routes, and that's how you saw Green Bay really get back into that game. It wasn't ground and pound; it was convince you that it was all run game, and then go over the top with shots to Christian Watson and Romeo Dobbs. Detroit is great at that, and I'm a little concerned that Chicago had their last gasp. And for Caleb Williams' sake, I hope that's not true because football's better if Caleb Williams. Just like a lot of these rookie quarterbacks, football's better if they're better. So I'm hoping that it's a good, close game as I'm watching with my family on Thursday, but I'm going to be picking Detroit. I'd stay away from the points. I don't like a 10.5 spread, but we'll see. New York Giants are going to Dallas. The Giants are playing Tommy Cutlets again, I believe. Dallas is favored by 4. Dallas escaped with a ridiculous win. It was a lot of fun going back and watching those highlights because that game was going on as we were driving to Green Bay, and and as we're walking into the stadium, I think they were finishing the game, but or maybe not. Maybe they had the afternoon slot, but we just missed it. But we kept seeing 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, and all of a sudden it was 34-26. We're like, what the fuck happened? It was a heck of a lot of fun to see that. I will be taking Dallas in this game. It's not a reflection of liking Dallas. It's more of a reflection of I just think the Giants are done. They've and I feel very bad for our boys Brandon and Derek Hollings. Again, friends of the Faro Football Podcast and of this channel, and just good friends to me, extended family. But the Giants are done, and I think they've packed it in, and they're doing what the Giants think is classy, which is, hey, we're going to keep our GM and our coach till the end of the season. But it's clear that's not the future there. Dallas doesn't deserve any wins. It's not a talented team. but I just think, they got that win. They're feeling confident right now. I think they're going to get their first home win this year because I just think the Giants are in such a bad place. I'll be taking Detroit. The point spread is a weird one. I wouldn't take it just because I think this could be a field goal game just out of pride. But then we got Thursday night, which I will be at. My mom and I are actually going to Lambeau for Thursday night. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. We got Miami at Green Bay. Green Bay is favored by 3. I will be taking Green Bay. I think we've seen a lot of feasting upon the weak for the most part of Miami. You see the teams that were competent and competitive against them, Arizona or the Chargers. Those are teams that took care of business, and even though Miami surged for a while in those games, they couldn't truly find it. But they're beating up on the Patriots or other teams that are not talented, and that's where they're getting it. But they're still not just blowing anybody out of the water to the point where you're like, oh God, this is the Miami team that everyone that loves Miami thought they could be. I don't think they're that. I think Green Bay can easily answer a lot of their problems. And their defense still has not revitalized to make me think that they're going to A, stop the run of Josh Jacobs, or B, be able to protect against the intermediate and deep route shots that Jordan Love is progressively getting better and better and better at every week as he's feeling more healthy and confident. So I'm going to go to Green Bay on that one, and I would play with the points there because I think this isn't a field goal game, but you never know with Green Bay because frankly we've escaped with a lot of games this year. So I don't say that with super confidence, but I would still take the point. And then finally we got Black Friday. Our Black Friday this year is going to be Las Vegas. They're going to Kansas City. Kansas City is favored by 13. Las Vegas does not have Gardner Minshew. Las Vegas, frankly, is just in a competition with New York and a couple other teams to try to get the number 1 pick at this point, which sucks because it's not a year with a clear-cut number 1 pick. I don't like the point spread, but I will be easily taking Kansas City. The only thing I think about point spread-wise is this. It's a weird game, and you just had a Chiefs team that faltered enough that they had to have a last-minute field goal to beat the Panthers, to the point where Patrick Mahomes has now come out and said, I'm sick of this. We need blowouts. We need this. Part of that is on him. As much as I love Pat, and I think Pat is truly the greatest quarterback to ever play the game, and I truly mean that. Go back and watch all my other videos about it. I think he's great. Part of that's on Pat. Part of that's on the offense. Part of that's on injuries. But I think they're ready to blow someone up because now they're just pissed. And if there was ever a game to do it, division rival, wounded, without a good quarterback, already lost their greatest weapon. This is just tailor-made for get-right games. So I would not take the points. 13 is way too much for me, especially with what Kansas City's been doing lately. However, I am certainly taking Kansas City in this game. And that is your Thanksgiving and Black Friday games. Thursday morning, we will still get a show up. Maybe not Thursday morning. It'll be scheduled for 5 o'clock on Thanksgiving. We'll get the rest of this week's games, including Sunday night and Monday night. It's going to be a heck of a lot of fun, but look out for all the bonus content we got sent your way. Because this is the end of our show today. I'm glad to be back in the saddle for the ONETA Show, and I'm thankful to each and every one of you, and I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving. And if you are international, you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, still hope you find something thankful in your life. It is a glorious feeling when you got something like that to root for and to have pride in. It's just chef's kiss glorious. So tune in for more. I'm happy to get you some more content, and look out for all the cool content coming your way. Peace, love, and hugs to you all. Bye!